two, one. Mirepoix!
What more can I say?
We here.
Yes, indeed, man.
We here. We back on track. We back to that consistency. Just for y'all. Live episode every Monday. And we drinking every night because we drink to our accomplishments. Shout out Champ, man. Dude. Shout outs Champ.
What more can I say?
Alright, before we dive on to that, you know what it is. Welcome to the Mirepoix. Thank you for joining us, our taste buds. As you know, the Mirepoix is a French culinary term to describe one of the greatest flavor bases known to man. Onions, carrots, celery, all reduced down a little bit of butter and fat. And as you know, our Mirepoix is our skills, our talents, our charms, reduced down by you, the viewer, to create the greatest base of great conversation known to mankind across the universe.
Ain't that something?
Dude, ain't that something?
Ain't that something?
We are here with...
yours truly, Chef Kaius, the award-winning chef.
Boom! That's what I'm talking about.
Three times in now, guys.
Yo.
The Chef Kaius experience, where we provide a luxurious dining experience in the comfort of your own home or the environment of your choosing. Meaning that we'll bring our services to you wherever you are. So shall we be also to give you a fantastic, memorable experience. And my brother, the co-host,
Yo, Gilberto Casimiro Valdez Arias, the reigning guild master for the guild. As we like to say, we're your favorite award-winning chefs, favorite award-winning event planners, you know?
Let's go.
We out here, and the Guild is an event planning company that specializes in giving you all the tools you need for a successful event, whether it's a huge music festival, whether it's a pickup party, whether it's a birthday party, or whether our latest thing, a listening party, and you want to stream some new albums, you want to hype something up, you want to make something cool in your life. We are the ones to make it happen for you. I'm the guild master. I'll get you connected to everything you need. And here we are in the Mirepoix. Where's my soundboard? I don't know where I put it. But to that end, though, as y'all know, new year, new direction, same great flavors. We have said goodbye for bingo for now. We put it up on the shelf. We'll probably get back to it later as we seek and search for inspiration.
I kind of miss bingo though, just a little.
Yeah, it's fun throwing the dart at a wall and challenging yourself.
Yeah.
But one of the things we realized during this COVID year is we got way too much going on to not be focused. So the new direction we're taking the food and drink segment of the Mirepoix is demoing, practicing, rehearsing, R&D'ing different food items that we'll be putting on or creating for a guest, for an event, for whatever it may be. If y'all tuned in last week, you got to see us deliberate and go over Chef Kai's award-winning Titans of Tailgate dish. Got to see some of the tweaks we were talking about, got to see the behind the scenes. And if you went and checked them out, you got to see the final product all put together and you got to see our feedback go live at it. And so for today, I have a chicken Milanese. We have a very special wine event coming up. And of course, when people think wine, they think dinner. So one of the things I wanted to practice, perfect, and really get there for the guest is a chicken Milanese. Never made it before in my life, but you know, I figure I've fried enough chicken. Tried out a new rice pilaf. I've never made rice pilaf before in my life. Shout out to Google for teaching me what the hell that even means and what that is. And then I made a nice little tomato sauce to go over it. This will be paired with, I can't remember the exact red wine we're going with, but that's the reason I went tomato sauce and not like a traditional caper, butter, lemony sauce or anything like that. But we'll dive into it. We'll see how it goes. But for now, dude, how was the week?
Man.
Did you bring the trophy, dude? Should we start holding your trophies here on this little...
The trophy was a $200 cast iron skillet.
Woo!
Heavy duty.
Yo!
He gave it to me. I was like, because it came in like a pizza looking box. And I'm just, reaching out. Oh, man. Good God. So, no, we're not carrying that everywhere around. But I do want to get it engraved. If anybody can help engrave some iron, that'd be dope. Get my title put inside of that cast iron. But, dang, last week was crazy. I got to tell you, bro. You guys did see us come on last Monday to kind of do a review on the slider. We completely just wiped it out. I was getting too many this, that, and the other, and I was just like, you gotta tweak it that much. This is not the dish. When you know something is real, you know it's real. And literally the next day, had the idea of doing a smoked buffalo chicken mac and cheese dip with a grilled chicken wing, kind of basted in a honey chipotle barbecue sauce, guys, and did a homemade herbaceous ranch, a little bit of blue cheese, bacon crumble, a little bit of a Doritos served with a celery stick. And man, when I let everybody try it after that point and the reactions I was getting, that's how I knew for certain. Even the look itself, the slider was just kind of all over the place, and I wasn't feeling the look. Too many ifs, ands, or buts about the flavor profiles and whatnot. So I went with my gut and changed it. And yeah, man. But in between that as well, bro, I didn't tell you, but the van broke down.
No, dude, I saw in the video, and I was sitting there and I was like, nah, wait, what?
Yes, the day before, when I had hit you up, I had the van needed to go to the shop, and I had to go pick up Cassie's car, go pick up the kids. So that was another $500 spent to get the van fixed that night. Cause I'm like, hey, bro, I got a competition tomorrow, and I just can't. I don't have time to be scrambling around trying to find a replacement vehicle. We got everything loaded already. Like, I need this done right now. He gives me the van. It is running perfectly fine. I go to Office Depot to pick up my signs. Driving back home, still giving me the same problems, bro.
No.
And so I'm like frustrated, bro. I'm just like, come on, dog. What is going on, man? I get home, yo, my hero, my cousin Mia is just like, yo, I got your back. We're gonna knock this out. You can't be in the kitchen aggravated, upset, because that energy is gonna go inside the food. Just relax, man. You know, pray about it, give it to God, and let's just knock this shit out. And we literally worked 30 hours straight, going right into the event 45 minutes before the event even started or even opened the doors to the vendors. By far had the best setup, by far had the best food. And we had talked about this before, is we didn't really know if the awards were actually being presented, you know, based off the actual credibility of the work and the presentation and whatnot of the chef. And so that just kind of always kind of floated through my mind, like, are they going to be fair? Are they going to, you know, vote somebody of theirs in? But this event was actually voted by the people.
Shit.
So
you just tucked it in the bag. Oh, people's vote?
Yeah.
It's in the bag now. All right. Who wants to eat some good food?
I mean, bro, we had lines. Like, I turned around, I'm looking at everybody else's booth, they're chilling, and we're just swamped the entire time. So we took home the W, guys. We are the Titans of tailgate. 32 of San Antonio's best, finest chefs. We took them down, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm proud of it, but it doesn't stop there. We have more to do, man. So kudos.
Dude, it was being on the phone with you earlier today. It was like trying to interview Kobe. I was like, "Hey, champ, how you feeling?" He's like, "I'm good." Well, what's up, man? And I was sitting there reliving them. How come you ain't smiling, Kobe? How come you ain't smiling? Job's not done. What's there to smile about?
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, that's the pace we moving at now. It ain't about doing it. It's about showing it, and you sure is showing it. People's recognizing it. And I'm honored to be sitting at this table with you, my friend.
Hey, cheers to that, bro.
Dude, cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Every night to our accomplishments.
And you was getting pretty busy too last week, man. I saw we had a photo shoot.
Yo,
had to bring out the shield.
I had to make it crack. I had to make it. I was sitting there, and I had some stuff lined up for the future. You know, I have some big events coming up. Of course, got a few birthday dinners scheduled, you know, this, that, and the third. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, well, what can I do to celebrate the season, to celebrate Valentines, and more importantly, what can I get cracking ASAP? So I reached out to the network, reached out to the guild, reached out to all my mercenaries to see, hey, who's got ideas? Who's got a product? What can we make happen? And I was luckily enough able to get in contact with Sweet Jupiter Bakery,
Okay.
otherwise known as Grace Rivera, who is a phenomenal pastry chef. She grew up in Puerto Rico, family moved to New York City, where then she got enthralled in the kitchen and started working some of the finest pastry programs in the US, quite possibly the earth, doing things at Per Se, helping out at the Modernist, the MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art, things like that. Really perfecting her craft, came down to San Antonio, helped get some people some James Beard nominations, and now she's been kind of floating. And I talked to her, spent the week getting to know her a little bit more in depth. What is she looking for as a business? And finally, the Guild is doing what it truly set out to do in its first place. Be a platform for aspiring chefs, musicians, people with an artistry to them that need help on the business side. Because as you know, that is my art, is the business side of things, getting the legalities all in place, doing the operations, maintaining the overhead, helping people price things like that. And so this is our sticking the feet in the water. We know there's pretty much only 1 week to do this, but let's see how far a week can get us. And we spent the whole week demoing, trying out, putting together, and creating a beautiful Valentines gift box, cookie box, pastry box, whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah.
There's macaroons in it. We got some beautiful sugar cookies, some shortbread cookies. We even got some of them brookies because we know they're all the rage. And I ain't gonna lie, man, after trying one, I see why they're all the rage. Because you get like that crispy of the cookie, the best part about it, but you also get like that rich, almost
Chewy,
molten lava, gooey brownie going on with it.
Are you able to pull
Valentine's
the flyer up?
No, not on this. Not on this, yeah.
Well, y'all check out the Guild TX.
I put the link down below in the description so y'all can see it. Set up a website just for the sales because like I said, this is what I do. I'm the salesman, I'm the businessman, I'm the presenter. This is my art form. Definitely go check out the Instagram at the Guild TX, just as Chef Caius mentioned. You can see more pictures of it. We're going to be spamming everyone's posts daily. We're going to be doing some pop-ups this week. And man, I can't lie to you, it feels exciting to move this quickly because like, I think one of the scariest parts about entrepreneurship is how easy it is to move comfortably and to sort of, whatever God has in my path is whatever will land in my lap. And it's just exciting to be able to put the pedal to the metal, kick on the nos and see how fast you can go, how quickly you can go, how fast you can make decisions and make something crack. And so here we are. That's what this past week all was doing the meetings, doing the pricing, setting the operations in place, finding the kitchen for it, creating the packaging, doing the photo shoot, and making it all come to life. And so it went live today. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. I'm sharing it, I'm spamming it. I'm probably going to post it on the Mirepoix page too to kind of help spread it out there because they truly are beautiful, elegant sweets. And honestly, looking around at the market, we got the best prices. Our macaroons are cheaper than Bakery Lorraine's, and I promise you they're infinitely better. No hate on Bakery Lorraine, they're a phenomenal bakery in their own right, but we are focused on these specific products where they kind of have their hand in everything else. So either way, check it out, vibe in with it, see the efforts of our labor, give us our kudos, go like, comment, share, subscribe, not only to this YouTube channel, but to all our Instagram pages. Kai's made a beautiful video for the competition, and let's blow it up. Let's help celebrate his victory. Let's go on there, let's leave comments, let's share, let's post it. Let's see how much we can really blow it up. But without further ado, with all the excitement gone and our eyes on the future and building some more excitements, I present to y'all the chicken Milanese.
Let's go into it, man.
I wonder if the light will get it good. Oh yeah, kinda. But yeah, so basically, Milanese is just Italian way of frying chicken. A little bit of panko, a little bit of Italian herbs and seasoning. And then tomato sauce is about as easy as you can make it. Stew some tomatoes, stew some peppers, add some vinegar, add some sugar, add a touch of citrus, and bada bing, bada boom. Of course, season everything. And then pilaf, which again, for those that didn't know, apparently is just orzo pasta and jasmine rice cooked almost like Mexican rice. You know, you toast it, you add your aromatics, you add the water, and you let it hang out.
You know what I think, bro? I think when it comes to fried chicken and rice dishes, you stay in your bag, bro.
Oh yeah, that's me.
This is crazy. This tomato sauce reminds me of the spaghetti you made, man. Honestly, probably the best tomato sauce I've ever had.
Dude, I've come to realize I'm not a chef. I'm a saucier. You tell me, hey, can you make like a baked Alaska or something? Can you make a fish or this, that? I can look it up. I can try my best. I will learn. I will guarantee you success. But my comfort zone is sauces. I make salsas. I make like whatever it might be. If there's a competition just for it to be the sauce mouse, I think I feel comfortable with that one.
What are you serving with this dish?
So it's going to be paired with a beautiful little red wine, so almost like a Bordeaux style blend, coming out of California though, so not technically Bordeaux, but using all those mother grapes. It's going to be part of a dinner, so it's what we got contracted to do was put on a wine forward event. Not just a dinner though, but they definitely do want a dinner. So obviously the rest is still up in the air that I got to really solidify down, but they made sure that, hey, whatever else happens extra, we want, and is going to be a major part of the night that we entertain our guests with. But more than anything, it's the dinner. We want to blow their socks off. And so, first course, shout out to Adrian Abella. He just took a position to be the executive chef, I believe, for the new Spurs VIP Lounge Club Delio.
That's what's up.
Shout out to him. Shout out to that opportunity. And again, one of the best chefs I've ever met in my life. So definitely, if y'all are the type to pursue, you know, the Spurs and cool fancy ways to do it, check out their club, because it'll allow you to host events there. It'll allow you to have dinners there, and you have access to their practice sessions, training sessions, whatever. The main studio thing is overlooking the Spurs training stadium. So you get to go there and watch them do their live practices. I'm sure they'll be hanging out there from time to time. Overall, really cool concept, really cool space, nothing but love for him. And he's still going to help me with his famous ravioli. So it's going to be first course, a squash-filled ravioli, pairing with a beautiful little crisp, bubbly, or a white wine of some sort. From there, we're moving into steak and greens, because, you know, everybody's mama would be upset if they didn't have greens with it. So basically some broccoli rabe, sauteed down, probably using some hanger steak, maybe some skirt steak, or maybe, you know, depending on how much of the budget's left over, we'll really booze them up and give them like a New York strip or something. And then finally, for our main dish will be the chicken Milanese, because they said that is their favorite dish. That is the dish that him and his wife, like when they did their first ever Let's Cook Together style date, that was what they made. And they want to make sure it's at the forefront of their dinner. And so I let them know, hey, that's the direction I'm taking it. You cool with it? Yeah, cool. Awesome. Let's do it. And then of course, that new pastry chef that has joined our team, Miss Grace, Miss Sweet Juniper Bakery. She'll be knocking out some raspberry chocolate tarts. And then this is how you know someone has messed with fine dining. By the way, Gilbert, what are we sending them home with? Do you have anything in mind? And I'm like, sending them home with? And she's like, yeah, you know, like when you're at restaurants, they have little truffles for you to take home, or they have this or that. And just like we read about, I think...
Unreasonable hospitality.
Yeah, 11 Madison Park gave them the granola to take home.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, so what are we sending home? She's like, if you want, I can do some macaroons. You know, I can send them a cute little box to take home. I know where to find the little boxes, and we can put your logo on it, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, oh, welcome to the team, darling. Yes, macaroons is what we're doing. And so because she can do macaroon art as well, because she's fucking boss at what she does, we're even looking at trying to experiment with putting either my logo on them, or alternatively creating a little happy, you know, what the guest is celebrating, putting like a little logo for that on each macaroon to let all the guests take home. And then to flesh out the event, dude, you know, brainstorming. What do you think? Right now, I basically have a cocktailing hour where everyone can trickle in, hang out. I'm going to have a live jazz band get a sort of welcome cocktail or a welcome glass of bubbly, let people kind of hang out at their own discretion, vibe out, hang out before we move everyone to the dinner, and like sort of what was going to make that cocktail hour special was I was going to try to work with one of the winemakers for the wines that we'll be using for the dinner and have them be there to, hey, process a wine and all that. But I definitely am at a loss of how to make a dinner into a whole event when it's, I'm not going to say strangers, but like, you can't have an after party. And so that's what I be brewing. We got some brain food, we got some brain drink. What are your thoughts on it, man? What would you like to see in a wine-driven event?
Well, some wine. Obviously,
Yo.
wines. One of wine's favorite pairing is the cheese, different grapes. So maybe playing into some fun stuff you can do with that. If you're gonna do a cocktail hour, I think it'd be cool to maybe do. You got an awesome pastry chef. What if she did like a spin on like a kind of a grilled cheese grape sandwich or something that's like a little small hors d'oeuvre to kind of get the the theme of the cheese and the grapes going. Music goes really well all the time with food and wine, man.
That's one of the classics right there. Is music. Music turns anything from a hangout session to an event.
And then I think the instructional two-piece of doing the wine pairings with the food. A lot of people know less about wine than you think they do. Everybody didn't go to different restaurants and read the different books. So even kind of give them that walkthrough. Taste a piece of the chicken and then clear your palate with a sip of the Bordeaux. You say Bordeaux?
For the chicken Milanese, yeah.
All right, take a little sip, clean the palate, and then go back in and talk about, the difference, talking through the layers, because that's really giving them that full experience, man. And
so one of the things I was thinking of with that cocktail hour was, like I mentioned, having the winemaker there and hanging out and talking to people. But one of the things I thought was to kind of go over the region, because we're going to be using only Texas wine. And so I figured, how cool would it be for him to sit there and talk about, hey, this is what Texas is known for. This is how our soil works with the grapes. These are the kind of flavors we bring out. These are the kings and queens of the grapes here in Texas. Different things like that. And then after about 45 minutes to an hour, hey, now that you have learned all this, let's sit down, enjoy dinner where we'll dive in depth to the specific wine we have, why we've paired it with the food, so on and such forth. Give them their beautiful little gift bags and say, hey, you're on the road. See y'all later. Thank you for choosing the guild. But those are some ideas I'm tossing around. I'm a very big person on like, I need to meet you face to face to get your energy and understand exactly what you're looking for. Because, I would love to have like a 360 photo booth there, because ultimately if you get people take pictures at your events, you're free advertising for your events. But either way, it's a cool thing to remember it by. Short little reel about your time there with the wine and all that. But oftentimes that is seen as a fun thing. And sometimes people want, I'm not going to say not fun, but like they don't want woo girls at their event. And so for me to walk that balancing rope, it's always, always, always based on, more than anything, what type of person are you? Do you want the woo girls? Do you want people trashy? Do you want people dressed up? So I'm going to book that meeting soon to say, hey, let's just go over the details one more time in person, get a physical signature or something. But yeah.
It kind of goes with the idea that one size fits all, which is a great idea because you can't assume, man. Mm-hmm. We had already talked about this before. How can we make sure these events are catered specifically towards that client? Because everybody's not going to want the same thing. Some people are going to be cool with you having a more relaxed demeanor, more informal than other events, just kind of being more personable. And some people just want you uptight. So yeah, it's really important to know that what the expectations are with the clients ahead of time.
Dude, and it's so hard to pick up that energy via text. You know, like I'm really good at reading people. I am not good at reading text. You know,
Is anybody good at reading text though? Let's
bro,
be real.
that's the truth right there. And I always find myself questioning this stuff because so I was talking to my pastry chef, and I sent her all the stuff for approval. Hey, do you like the way I talk about your desserts? Do you like the way this post looks? Yada yada yada. You know, it's your product, and we're representing you. How do you feel about it? And she was giving me little feedbacks here and there, like, oh, can you capitalize this? Can you do that? You know, all the little detail stuff. And then I sent some message because she was telling me that she had no idea I spoke Spanish. She's like, Gilbert, I've known you 5-6 years, and I never knew you spoke Spanish.
Crazy.
Yeah, and so the message I had sent her was something, 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 ha 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 ha. And then I went back and I said, oh, sorry, I meant ha 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 ha, but like with the J's, you know, the ja 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 ja, as us Latinos like to laugh. And then I sat there and looked at it after I had sent it, and I'm like, oh my God, did that sound petty? Did that come off rude? Oh my God, does she know, you know? So I am a big proponent of meeting in person, taking the time. I know you had asked me before, like, hey, how often do you do, you know, these little booklets? And I said, well, anytime I meet someone in person, I always have one ready. And I thought about it, and I was like, dang, I pretty much meet every single client in person. Like, I cannot, I don't know, it's just something about texting that doesn't feel right. And then phone calls, they work a little better, but like, I don't know, that it just, maybe I'm an old man in a youngster's body.
For sure that. But I think there's something to appreciate, to know that the person that you're getting ready to make this much of an investment in, because that's what it is. It's an investment. Mm-hmm. It's not a cheap service, but it cares enough to want to meet you in person and understand who you are. So, I mean, I think that's an awesome thing. I started my business during COVID.
Whoa.
And so that, 6 feet away,
yeah, no, I don't want to meet you.
Zoom meeting style, I think I might have met like one client in person, and I just realized this ain't gonna work. So, catch me on the phone, catch me on, Instagram or some type of social media. But my girlfriend is actually the same way. If she can't meet you in person, she wants to do like a Zoom call. And I think that's just that speaks to the level of care, and I care about what I do as well. I rather show you the day of or show you through text message.
And so I will say it's kind of different, catering versus events versus wedding photography, because like I'm gonna say this: when I'm getting married, if I'm about to hire a photographer that for whatever reason isn't Cassie, and I'm trying to like find one, if they ain't gonna take the time to meet me, no, I'm sorry, like you're not gonna understand my vision, you're not gonna understand how I want this captured. I don't know you, I don't know your energy, same for the wedding planner. But when it comes to catering, the menu speaks, like sure, you can do tastings if you want to splurge for the extra and really make sure that you're tasting what you're about to serve to your guests, but like the menu speaks. And that's why, I can never remember who it was, but I remember it was like a year ago where one of your clients was praising I haven't even had your food, we haven't even signed the contract, but you are the best caterer I've ever worked with, just from the attention to detail you put into presenting the menu and the way you communicate with them and how you're available to them. That was inspirational, to say the least, of like, man, even just through a simple, hey, here's the menu I'm thinking. It's not just text on an email chain. It's not just a text message. It's a graphic. It's beautiful. It's intentional.
Let's kind of dive into that a little bit deeper, because we want to kind of let y'all see the insides of our business and what makes us successful, what makes us different from others. And I'll kind of give you an example. Recently, I had a client that was looking for a dessert add-on to an event that we're doing. And I have a few bakeries that I like to, or bakers I like to kind of use with different events. Depending on the style of what the client is looking for will determine which one I'm going for. But there was two that I had in mind. One I never worked with personally, but I knew her because one of my clients had booked her. And her work looks phenomenal, but I don't know if she's doing this full time. She got her pastry degree, So she's legit, but the way she handled business is a little bit different, but she's cheaper. So I pretty much just gave my client, the two proposals. This chef is a French trained pastry chef. She got all her degrees in French. She has a very detailed invoice breakdown with contract attached to the invoice. Letting you know everything that you're getting, and she's a little bit higher than any other pastry or baker chef that I would work with. Well, the other one, beautiful desserts, could definitely hold her own. But when it came time for her to deliver to me her proposal, it was just pretty much a little notepad style.
Yeah.
Just
bro.
The letters are lowercase, uppercase, just no type of organization whatsoever. And I presented that to my client. She came under like $4 less per person, $10 per person, as opposed to $7 per person for dessert. The client took the upper hand because presentation, your first perspective of somebody is the first thing that you provide for them. So if I'm going to take the time and give you an actual detailed proposal that's very professional, as opposed to me just sending you something from my
just
notes,
a text message. Hey, this is what I'm thinking. You cool with that?
it's just back to the whole idea of an investment. Am I going to invest in, spend all this money on somebody that's going to not even take the time to make the initial interaction, professional? What does that say about when you actually have to show up?
Yeah.
So it's really important to pay attention to these details. As simple as making, labels for your food, showing the guests, hey, happy birthday on some type of signage, or just anything like that. Just really starts to set you apart from what everybody else is doing, because not a lot of people are doing those things.
Dude, it's that intentionality, because
Exactly.
I've definitely been there where someone had asked me for help with the product that I don't really provide. But I know people, that's the beauty of me, is I'm well connected in the city. I know someone who's always doing something. And so I reach out to them and I say, hey, I have a client looking for this. Can you send me a proposal? I think it was desserts as well. It was like maybe 6 months ago. Can you send me a thing? Oh yeah, I got you. And it was literally just a text message with no descriptors, no pricing, nothing. Just, yeah, this is what I can do. And I sat there and I looked at it, and then I reached back to the client and I said, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know anyone. Because if someone's asking me for my recommendation, for my, hey, who do you think, do you have anyone? I am not about to deliver that. And more importantly, I'm not about to put in the work to create that for someone else's business, especially when it's someone I don't know. Like a friend, if you ask me, hey bro, I don't have the time to really doll up a menu, but here's what I'm thinking, can you send it to your client? Which you would never do.
I'm about to say, check it out. As this being my bro, my friend, anytime he ever asks me for a menu or some type of proposal, I still give him the same treatment, because more so than that, how you do some things is how you do everything.
That's a bar right there.
Even when I'm dealing with friends, family, I did my family reunion last summertime. Same thing. Had a nice menu decked out, showcasing all the individual items, the drinks, just going above and beyond, because that's our MO. That's our brand. That's who we are. And if I'm not doing that with you guys, that's just saying that I'm not authentic to this. I'm not true to this, and I don't want that to ever come across like that, because I'm not new to this. I am true to this. So don't take those small jobs for granted, even when it's friends or family. Your homeboy asking for something, let them know, no, I'm gonna still give you the same treatment, because you want them to know, man, I still value your business. Yeah. And I respect myself enough to have the integrity to really showcase what I'm worth. So don't even take that bait.
That was honestly, that was sitting in my head, because I've only ever really outsourced to you, pretty much. That's about it. Because whenever, as part of the guild, our whole thing is we will help you find the people to fit the job. If we can't do it, we will find you the right person. That's why we are a guild. And it's crazy how like no matter how big or small, no matter how short notice it is, you take the time to always make that presentation, to always make that, hey, here it is, here's the proposal, here's the follow up with it, etc., etc. And that's why I said when that person sent me back just a text message and I asked her, I was like, cool, you got any graphics? You got any examples of your work? You got any which way that you wish to sell this? And she just replied back, yeah, that's the menu. I just sent it to you. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, I don't know anybody. Because just like you said, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And little shout outs to the book we're reading now, which if you do not do so yet, start your mornings with us at the Morning Brew, the Mirepoix. We work out in the morning. We start discussing a book we're reading. If you followed along last year, you saw us break through your next 5 moves. That really helped shape, at least for me this year, in how I do everything. Everything I have written down steps 1 through 5 and everything that means. But now we're diving through Unreasonable Hospitality. And we're about halfway through now.
And we almost got 4 more chapters left.
Really?
Yeah,
hey, big, look at us, educated and reading.
We're getting through them pages, man.
You know, it wasn't that long ago they didn't let our peoples read. But anyways.
Hey, and to that note, happy Black History Month. we definitely got to give an ode to the ones in front of us or before us.
Standing on the shoulders of giants. But to that end, though, the passage that sticks out to me more than anything was when he was talking about putting together a wine packet for his team. And I remember there was a time when I was tasked with putting together a wine packet for my team. And it wasn't something that I had to do. It was something I wanted to do to show my servers, yeah, I get it. You're investing in a new restaurant that's brand new opening. This is us investing back in you. This is us teaching you the skills you need to operate at a higher level. This is us making you better servers. And it was all funneling through me and the work I put in. So I made a little wine packet. But in the book Unreasonable Hospitality, he talks about how his wine packet to his team was a way for him to show his team how he works. And how he pretty much, hey, this is what I do. And this is me doing it for you. And putting it together for him. And it was a really moving passage. It's a great book. If y'all haven't followed us along yet, like I said, it's in the morning. We go lives on Instagram at the Mirepoix podcast. But yeah, that passage is definitely, it's one that's really shaping my year of, like you said, putting it into everything. Because I know I have a bad habit of taking advantage of maybe not people, but like relationships in the sense of, Kais will understand. My mom will understand. My best friends will understand. You know, that's love. But this year, Kobe year has been all about, you know, not taking things for granted, not making excuses, hitting that pedal and making it happen. And so to that end, closing thoughts, man. What are your thoughts on the Milanese? How can I improve that tomato sauce? Any tips on frying chicken? Hashtag not racist, but you fry a really good chicken.
Fry a really good chicken, man. It's so weird because there's so many techniques to frying chicken, and I feel like nobody can do a technique like the one that they create. So I can give you my tips, and it probably still wouldn't work for you, man. My tips sometimes don't work for myself. So with that being said, what did you do with the fried chicken? Let's start there.
All right, so fried chicken. Unfortunately, I did not start ahead of time. This is something I started today, but for about 4 hours, I had it soaking in buttermilk and hot sauce.
Okay.
Left it in the fridge.
It's a good start.
Pulled it out. Tossed it into the seasoned flour immediately. Put it into egg wash, and then put it into seasoned panko breadcrumbs, and then dropped in the fryer.
So it wasn't dry when you tossed it into the flour and then the...
No, I did not pat it dry or anything. I went straight from batter into that.
All right, so there's one thing, because since that liquid is still drenched in the chicken, that flour can't really stick on it, because even then it's still kind of coming
Okay, because that was my big thing. You know, when you were walking in, I was loudly complaining to you. I was like, my breading is falling off my damn chicken.
Yeah.
Like, especially as I'm trying to slice it for us and like present it beautifully and all this, I'm like, it ain't doing it.
Dry that bird, man. The buttermilk is literally there to penetrate the chicken. It's a brine, tenderize it, give it a little bit of acidity. After that, get that chicken dry, pat it in the flour, because the flour becomes the adhesive. So that's going to be the thing that helps everything stick. And then from there, you can get it wet right after you put the flour on it, but that flour is going to be the glue, and then kind of run it back from there.
Yeah. No, that is a move. Today I learned. And see, this is why it's important to have a community and talk with people. Because, like, straight up, I never fucking knew that.
Man, it took some time for me to figure that out.
Yeah.
I'll also say, man, maybe the portion size. How many courses are you serving?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this was the friend portion. But yeah, it's going to be 3 courses.
Hey, we practicing to win. We ain't
Hey,
practicing
that's true.
to win. So,
that's damn true right there. Okay.
Yeah, so show me what you plan on, so I can critique it correctly.
Yeah, because that was an abundance. I think that was like 14, 16 ounces of rice.
3 scoops of rice. Hey, this boy loves his rice, man.
Dude, I do love me some rice.
Love your rice, bro.
That katsu curry rice.
He'll give you a plate full of rice and a piece of chicken any day. But besides that, bro, everything was delicious. I love the flavors.
Conceptually, it went.
You got it nailed. I would maybe like to see maybe some greens on here. Something
in the rice, or as garnish, or as like a.
So what's the entire?
Veggies.
Are you doing a salad before this?
No, so it's squash ravioli, then it's broccoli rabe and like
beef.
Insert steak here, yeah.
Okay.
And then the chicken Milanese. And I was thinking too, dude, like I like the rice pilaf, but would white rice have worked better?
I like what you did here. I do wonder if with a ravioli, beef and broccoli, and then rice and chicken, are we going a little bit too heavy?
You're saying not include a carb at all? Because like whenever I think Milanese, I think pasta, fried chicken cutlet, and then lemon buttery caper sauce. And because it's pairing with red wine, I couldn't go lemon buttery caper sauce, and I was like, I'm already doing pasta, so I can't do pasta again. And so like,
I think if you do just something much smaller, and so here's the thing too, man. The flavors are so great. You should do it in a ways that you almost tease them by not giving them a lot. You want them to be able to finish the whole plate. You look, it's scraped to the bone.
Yeah.
And they're just thinking like, damn, I wish I had more. That shit was fucking good. But in reality, they just had ravioli. They had a cocktail.
Yeah, it's not about not being. Yeah, it's not about being hungry.
Yeah,
it's about though.
Damn, I really want some more.
Yeah.
So I would do a really nice, sexy presentation. Maybe just do like the chicken laid out to really like highlight that chicken with your nice red sauce, and maybe just like a little side of rice to just kind of cut the tomato sauce here and there. But highlight that chicken for sure. Highlight the tomato sauce. Maybe even doing a actionable step to where you have the sauce in a little canister and allow them to pour the sauce themselves or something.
Dude, that'd be okay. So I was just talking about this with my pastry chef. That one of the things you don't see in San Antonio, but like is really big all across the world.
Yeah.
Is your servers playing a role in preparing your food.
Yep.
In the sense of like, I don't know if y'all have ever seen it. Yeah, carving table side, or even a really popular one is like you said, having the container sauce where 5 servers come, drop the plates, and then simultaneously they're pouring sauce over it for you and saying, bon appetit. You know, she's like, dude, you never see that. And she brought it up because there was a restaurant she worked at where back when it was really trendy, she wanted to do one of those like chocolate shell things that you then pour hot cream over and it melts all. Yeah. But the restaurant told her, no, I'm not making my servers do that. Like that's a step too far. Whatever we serve to the guests needs to be ready to eat immediately. We don't have the training. All the reasons to not be great. I get it, sure, fine.
Yeah.
But that was something we were talking about, and now actually being able to put into practice, having some sort of side container for that sauce. Because, like, I don't know, I personally, I feel like the rice pilaf actually takes away from the chicken itself. Because the rice pilaf is incredibly flavorful itself, but, like, it's very similar flavors in a sense to that fried chicken. So it doesn't really build it up, it just kind of mellows it all out, if that makes any sense.
Well, when you eat 3 cups of it,
palate shock.
like, damn, that was a lot of rice you took out and take it over here, man.
Look, dude, I love my carbs,
bro. So to that note, man, I think it actually complements it well in the right proportion.
Yeah. Hey, that's something that your boy does need to learn, though.
Yeah.
Not only just cooking portions, because, like, even when I cook for 40 people, 50 people, I'm always left with leftovers. Like, when we went and you helped me do the Tamale King up at the winery, and we fed 700 people in a day, I somehow still had, like, an extra bin and a half. I'm talking, like, almost 25 pounds of uncooked rice. I'm just like, I thought I was gonna need it.
And those
people don't eat as much as me.
You know, come with time of realizing, okay, people don't eat like me, or better yet,
I don't eat like people.
You don't know what they've had before they showed up. Some people might be more sensitive to carbs. The carbs fill them up. Some people can go up there. I couldn't dare eat this much rice, bro. Like, give me meat and vegetables, I can kill that shit. But just rice, I get full fast. So just understanding that, and also understanding, man, less is more. Like, make people desire the food. Like, don't give them so much. Like, damn, I don't even know what to do with it.
I think that's the bar right there.
Yeah, let them desire it. Another thing that might be cool, because are you taking this the Mexican approach or the Italian approach to this dish?
I mean, the Gilbert approach, I guess, because it's tough because fried chicken, right, is universal.
Yeah.
Chicken Milanese is just fried chicken.
Also universal.
And then, honestly, rice pilaf, making it, I was sitting there and I was like, oh, I'm just making Mexican rice with less tomato. That's rice pilaf.
Is rice pilaf American, or what's the origin of rice?
You know what?
Let's look that up.
Let me look at the Guild data book of everything.
What I was gonna say, man, I think something that would be sexy and a nice addition to this dish, if you plan on doing like just a chicken cutlet with that nice beautiful sauce, having some fried herbs on top. Like maybe some fried cilantro or fried basil.
So the parsley that I used as garnish, I was sitting there and I had spilled some into the fryer, and I was like, fried parsley?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But no, I think maybe that is a universe fucking validating is you let me know. Because it definitely, I do feel that it needs green, you know?
Everything needs red and green. That's a pro tip from a chef, man. Everything needs red and green.
Christmas in this bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, also, rice pilaf is the earliest documented rice pilaf recipe is Persian. Back in the 10th century, who in his books on medical sciences dedicated a whole section about his rice pilaf dish.
And that's crazy that I would even think American invented rice pilaf, because they didn't even invent rice. So
yeah, hey dude, that was random funny story this past week. Kai sends me a message on Saturday or Friday or one of these days.
Yesterday.
Hey, you know any black Spaniards?
Ooh, that's.
And I was like, I mean, personally, no, but Spain has a huge sort of African influence from when the Moors and all, the history lesson shit. And then literally within 3-4 hours, I'm sending him a video talking about, did you know horchata isn't even Mexican? Horchata, the rice beverage, actually originates from North Africa.
So it's probably safe to assume that any rice-centered drink or dish, soup or whatever, probably all originated from Africa.
Hey, don't take away from the Asians. I mean, I guess technically, are we going so far back to say everything originates from Africa?
Yes.
Because it does?
Yes. that's exactly my point. Back to Black History, bro. This is
Yeah, dude, I saw the reaction. I was like, hold on.
grapefruit forward as fuck.
Hey, my boy Nobilo. And you know how you know it's gonna be good wine? It says Marlboro on it. Marlboro the region, not the cigarette.
Yeah, we knew where you were going with that.
Yeah, dude. Hey, look. I'm a bit of a drinker, but I'm a hell of a smoker. I'm going in. Also, shout out to Lil Wayne. Just while we're on the topic.
What was your preparation of the tomatoes?
Oh, dude, I love making sauces. Okay, so feel free to copy it if you want. Basically, I chopped up a bunch of red jalapenos, red bell peppers, and garlic and onions. And then I just let those hoes simmer down as if I was making a French onion soup, to where the onions were super translucent. The peppers had nice little char on the outside. It's really absorbed all the butter. From there, I cut a bunch of Roma tomatoes in half, tossed them in there, and just kind of kept stirring and smashing. And then once they were kind of like everything knew each other, I added in chicken stock. And then I covered just enough to have all the ingredients covered with that chicken stock. Let it get all boiled together. Hit it with an immersion or emulsifier or a blender. Then I added in my vinegar, added in my sugar, added in a touch of lemon juice, and then I chopped up some parsley, tossed that in there, tossed a bay leaf or two in there, let that reduce for about an hour, and then 10 minutes before serving, I chopped up the little yellow sweet tomatoes. I forget what they're called.
Are these champagne or?
I don't know, the little guys, the cute little guys. I forget what they're called. Yeah, those guys. Chopped them in half, tossed them in there, so that way they get kind of like absorb the sauce a little bit, and they would also play as part of my garnish. Oh, yeah.
Okay, got you.
And that's it.
No, it's delicious, man.
Yeah, your boy does love his sauces.
Well done. I can't finish the rice, but great dish, bro.
So, takeaways. Definitely, like you said, the way you do one thing is the way you're going to do everything. Perfect practice makes perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So practice as the way you're going to execute. Smaller orders or smaller portion size. Add some fried greens. Oh, dude, I really think the fried greens are going to take it to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, what you got coming up this week, champ?
So, got a few proposals booking, or brewing, I should say. Need to go ahead and get that solidified. We're going to start the reviewing of dishes for our next competition coming up soon. Also, Sunday, it is Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl Sunday.
I plan on kicking back with the Sunday service, bringing some of our industry friends in the home and giving them a little taste of the Chef Kosh experience while enjoying each other's company. Yeah, man, I think that's basically it.
Hell
On
yeah.
my end, what about you, bro?
Dude, selling all these Valentine's boxes.
Yeah, buddy.
Once again, click the link down below. It'll take you to my website where there's a button you can push that'll take you to my online store to where you can buy these Valentine cookie boxes, Valentine's macaroons.
I wonder if you can sell these to restaurants as well.
So, along that brain sense, what I was thinking was, because I was in line of like, okay, we got to do a pop-up this weekend. That way people can come buy them physically. Because at least for me, I'm not a digital purchaser. I'm just not. I'd rather do my shopping in person. Again, I'm an old head. Meeting people face-to-face is my thing. So I'm like, okay, we got to do a pop-up. But then something I was thinking was, for all the places I can't do a pop-up, what if I just have them do a pop-up for me? And say, hey, you know what? I'm going to sell you 30, 50 of these boxes at this discounted rate. Feel free to resell them to your guests. And however way you want to repackage it, white label it, I don't care. Buy our product. But that is definitely something that I was kicking around the old brainium.
For sure, bro.
But this project is definitely about the importance of speed. What was that quote you had on it? Speed makes success, or success follows speed?
Success loves speed.
There you go. So that's what this week is all about, is moving quickly, finding places to go. I made these cute little postcards. The printers should have them ready for me tomorrow. something like this, but instead it'll have like, you know, cute pictures of what we're doing. I don't even know if y'all can see that, but yeah, here. But yeah, just doing cute little postcards that have the info on it, what to buy, cute pictures of what's available and stuff, and then passing them out directly to like, hey, you mind if I leave a stack here with you? Can I give a stack here?
Hell yeah.
Putting them on all my neighbors' mailboxes and shit. But yeah, that's the move for this week. Hopefully, details coming soon, pop-up coming soon for this thing. So definitely, again, if you haven't done so, follow us on our personal and our business Instagrams at Chef Caius, ChefKaius. Follow your boy at The Guild TX, TheGildDTX. And then, of course, click the link down below, do a little bit of shopping. Even if you don't want to buy any, I promise you, liking something, commenting on it, sharing it with your friends is a really powerful way to support someone in what they're doing. You push a few buttons, our business skyrockets because of it. So go push those buttons, spread the good word, and yeah, that's our show. That's our show.
Thank y'all for tuning in on season 3, episode 2 of the
Mirepoix,
baby. We're happy to be back. Catch us in the morning. Catch us next Monday. And yeah, man, much love, baby.
Oh yeah. Cheers, champ.
Cheers.
Someone play John Cena's song for us.
We are the champions, my friend. And we'll keep on fighting to the end.
Cause we are the champions.